Assignment 3 is a digital marketing blog. In many ways, it is also kind of assignment 1 or 0 if you want, because it will probably be the first assignment that you will start. There's a number of due dates and things that you need to pay attention to here, because it's an ongoing assignment. It is not something that you can do in bulk at one point of time. It's an ongoing assignment, an ongoing commitment through participating in this course during the entire semester. So it's worth 40% of your overall mark. The URL for your main blogging page is due in week 2. So set up your page, submit that URL as soon as you can. An individual post for your blog is due, first one week 2, which is actually by the end of week 1, so Sunday midnight week 1, and it runs through to week 11. Each post should be 300 to 400 words, maximum plus minus 10%, not thousands of words for each. It's short and snappy posts on the topics that we go through this semester. So you write a series of blog posts, minimum of 5. You can go through the weekly topics. You'll see that there are 9 in total, so you have 9 opportunities to write a minimum of 5 posts. Posts should have value-added perspectives, opinions, and or critiques that can engage your audience. You're also required to comment and provide feedback on your peers' blog posts, and you'll need to provide your weekly posts online. You need to submit them via Canvas. You need to submit them to Turnitin for plagiarism check and to check that you've done it on time. And then you need to put them onto a weekly discussion board to share with your peers for feedback. So the purpose of this assignment is to improve your critical thinking skills by discussing these central theories and concepts that relate to digital marketing as we go through them throughout this semester. Also, you get an opportunity here to enhance your skills in providing peer feedback and commenting on other people's posts. Providing feedback to your peers is something that anyone working in marketing will be engaged with, so this is a good opportunity to hone in those skills. Blogging and content creation, essential components of digital marketing today. And you also, you get to build a resource here for yourself that directly improves your employability, because you develop a portfolio that shows your passion, your capacity, and your interest as an aspiring digital marketer. So you don't build this blog for me or for the purpose of this course. Think about it as, this blog becomes part of your CV. It's part of showcasing what you're capable of. So if you're unfamiliar with the blogging format, here are some links. I always get these sort of questions from students sometimes, which makes me a bit sad when I get it in the feedback at the end of the semester. It's like, we were asked to write a blog and it's so early 2000s, why are we doing this? Blogging is very central to digital marketing. Google's algorithms loves fresh, updated content. And the best way to have fresh and updated content is to do that through a blog. Look at the reading for week 1 for further details about why blogging is important. I've also made a blog. I did the assignment a couple of years ago myself. There may be some new posts coming up there at any given time. So there's a link on this slide to my personal blog. Not my personal blog, my digital marketing assignment blog, rather. So the assessment criteria, let's look at that. So first one is the blog content. So meaningful and relevant discussion of the readings in the course. So you can't just look at the topic of any given week and then just start Googling up some resources and writing a post. That's going to be a certain fail. Rather, what we're looking for here is that you are engaging with the material that we have provided to you on Canvas. So to get marks for the blogging content, you need to have meaningful and relevant discussion of those readings. So you go through each model and it will have a section there that says blogging ideas. That's where you can start to think about what you should write your post about. But you must refer it to those weekly topics. And that goes back to the second assessment criteria, professional standard. You need to support your claims and ideas with examples, references, and evidence to trustworthy sources. And that should be at least one of the readings from that weekly module. That should be explicitly cited in there. The next one there is that explicitly acknowledging sources used. So what I am talking about there, and I recommend that you go and have a look at my blog, and that like explicitly acknowledging the sources that you use has to do with how you structure your writing. So you need to explicitly in the text say, where did you get this information from? So instead of saying, for example, 5 billion of humans are now on the internet on any given day. I just made it up, I'm not sure if it's true. And then have a hyperlink to the number 5 billion, right? That's not explicitly acknowledging the source. So what you need to write instead is, according to an article written by person or business, published in a publication outlet, there are now 5 billion people using the internet every day. That's how you need to structure it, and that's how you explicitly acknowledge the source. The purpose is that the reader shouldn't have to click on your hyperlink to check where you got that fact from. And the purpose of structuring your writing in that way is that I want you to be critical to the things that you read and the sources that you use, so that you're sort of double checking the sources that you end up putting into to your writing. So if you're finding statistics or facts on a website, and then you're starting to think, okay, so I got to put this in there, and then you start, okay, so who wrote this web page? Where is it from? Is it from a marketing agency? Is it a trustworthy one? Is it one that is internationally known? Is it located in Australia? Is it somewhere else? And if you're citing some tiny marketing agency in Sweden, then why are you doing that? What's the relevance for what you're writing? It needs to be convincing, right? That's what I'm looking for. So be critical to your sources and explicitly acknowledge them in the text. You don't want references in year brackets and then a reference list. That's for writing reports. This is a blog, so you need to have embedded hyperlinks instead. If you need an example and want to see how this is done, that's why I wrote the blog. So you can use that link on the slide, or there are plenty of links on Canvas as well to my blog, so you can see how I structure my posts around this. 15% is for the structure and the layout of the blog. So your blog, it's not just the posts, it needs to be a functioning website. And that's worth 15%. So you should be able to navigate your page there. It needs to be visually appealing. And as a very minimum, you need to have like a few tabs on the top that goes to a home page, and then there should be like list of all blog posts and perhaps an about section. If you don't want to be all out there with your personal stuff on the interweb, you don't have to. You can just sort of blog as an alias for that matter, but there should be some about information. Even if you don't want to disclose who you are, you can say that you make up your internet name or whatever you want, if that's what you prefer, and then say something that is meaningful. But yeah, create a fully functioning website. Remove templates from the blog and so forth. All right, so written peer feedback. So you need to provide feedback to your peers at least 5 times during the semester. That needs to follow a sandwich approach, which means that you need to start saying something positive, a critique of the content, and then some encouragement at the end. It needs to be timely, so the posts, it needs to be done within a week after that post was due, not in bulk at the end of the semester. Then you lose all the marks for feedback, because it has no value for the writer of that post to receive the feedback after the semester is over. And also in feedback, you need to provide additional examples and resources. So typical shitty feedback will be, you could have used some more examples. Good feedback will be, you're a bit light on examples, but I found some good ones that I think relate to the stuff that you wrote about. And for example, you wrote about this theory, and here is an example of a business that's done something that relates to that, so that you are actually adding those. So in the written feedback, there should be hyperlinks and examples and additional resources added in there. And finally, there's an in-class discussion lead and peer feedback component as well. So you need to nominate one time during the semester where you will share your blog post, and then lead a class discussion around your post. So you briefly explain what you posted about, and then you prepare a discussion, prepare a set of questions and something that you would like to discuss with your peers in class around the topic and the post that you had written for that week. So that you need to do once during the semester. And you need to nominate in class. You need to come to class, and the tutor will have a list there where you can nominate the week that you would like to give your in-class or hold your in-class discussion lead. All right, so I think I've gone through most of this already here. So you need to write at least 5 posts. So there are 9 opportunities. You need to pick 5. You can write more than the bare minimum. If you write more than 5, the best 5 will count. So we will read through all of them, and then if one of them is a little bit it wasn't that great, then that won't count overall. So there's an incentive. Your mark will improve if you write more than the bare minimum. Always get some that writes all 9. All right, so finally the method here. This is where you got to pay attention. I know it's been a long video, so we don't get to the end of it. First thing you do is review the learning resources. So go through the module, watch my lecture video, and then do the reading for that week, and then look at that discussion question or blogging suggestion question on Canvas. So review the learning resources on how to write a blog, and then you create your blog page on WordPress or equivalent, and then you submit that main blog URL to Canvas. That you only do once, and that you need to do by week 2. Just create the page so that it generates a URL. Once you have that URL, submit it via Canvas. And then you watch the lecture video for the week that you want to blog about. Review that learning material. Look at the discussion or the suggested blogging suggestion section. Do some further research on the topic. Write a blog. Write it as a Word document, and then submit it through Turnitin via Canvas. So that's due Sunday midnight on that incoming week. So if you want to write a post for week 2, for example, it needs to be done Sunday midnight, week 1. And that needs to be submitted with the entire text as a Word document for Turnitin check before that due date. And then once you have submitted it there, then you can put it up and make it live on your blog. Don't make it live first, because then it gets 100% similarity index. Just make it live after you have submitted as a Word document. And then after you've made it go live, you can post or share your blog post on the discussion board here on Canvas. You click on discussion board and then take the week where you have written a post and put it up there. Once you're on that discussion board, then you also go in and read a post from one of your peers and then provide a comment with some feedback. And then take a screenshot of that comment that you made and put that aside and save that in a portfolio for the end of the semester, for all the times that you provided feedback. So then you could go, so you need to repeat those steps 4 to 8, minimum 5 times, totaling 5 blog posts, and then also 5 times doing that peer feedback for step 8. So you can choose, a good idea would be to alternate. So when you haven't written, that's when you give feedback, because then you get the most out of each topic. So after you then have completed the blogging assignment for the last topic, which will be Sunday midnight in week 10, then you can then start taking or collating all the screenshots of all the feedback that you've done from the step 8 there. Put them into a Word document and submit them via Canvas. If you look at just look at the assignment there, submission, and you can click on the one that says blog feedback, and it shows you a template of how you need to structure that document. So what matters is that you cover the screenshot. So you provide the blog feedback directly on your peer's post. You take a screenshot that covers the date stamp, so that we know that you submitted you wrote your feedback in a timely manner. And then finally, you need to nominate a week in class when you will orally give your peer feedback for discussion in class. And that's the blogging assignment. We're looking forward to see you in class and talk you through this in more detail, and mostly also looking forward to those discussions around your posts.